Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL OTHMAN. So today I will interview 3 board of directors from 3 different banks, which are Bank Islamic, Bank Muamalat and Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. This will be regarding the corporate governance in Islamic financial institution. So can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Hi, my name is PUTRI SUFEA. You can call me Miss SUFEA. I am the Chief Financial Officer of my bank Islamic Farhana.
My name is NURUL HALIM. You can call me Miss AUJI. I am the Chief Operation Officer of Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad.
Assalamualaikum. My name is BINTI ZAMHURI. I am the member of Syariah Committee of Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad.
Question A.
According to you, what is corporate governance?
Corporate governance is a collection of interaction between the company's board of directors, shareholders and other stakeholders, as well as the structure and procedure for setting the company's objective and determining how to achieve them and monitor performance. In Islamic financial institution, however, corporate governance provide complete principles including duties and practices commonly known as Sharia guidelines. In Islamic juris, Islamic law Sharia provide a comprehensive framework that encompasses not only religious ceremonies but also aspects of economic and social life, politics, business and contract law.
Why sound corporate governance practices are needed and their importance to Islamic financial institution?
Because of the increasing growth of EV not only in Malaysia but throughout the world, corporate governance has become a priority for EV. It is important for developing countries to attract new investment. Furthermore, corporate governance ensures that the best practices in regulatory compliance and Sharia compliance are implemented, allowing the organization to achieve its strategic objectives.
Good corporate governance is considered essential because it promotes morality, honesty, integrity, performance orientation, and accountability, as well as mutual respect and commitment to the organization from all parties in an organization due to its global exposure. Corporate governance also applies to all members of the organization, not just the board of directors and management.
What is your company's corporate governance?
As for my bank Islamic, the board acknowledged the importance of developing and maintaining a framework of corporate governance that is robust and sound to promote a culture of integrity and transparency throughout the bank. In this regard, all directors are required to maintain the highest standard of transparency, integrity and honesty. These standards serve as the basis for the principles that governs directors' conduct and their relationship with the bank's stakeholders.
Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad has always subscribed to the highest ethical standard and belief in building a positive reputation by upholding a value standard based on integrity and trust. The basic corporate values forming the foundation of the bank are care, respect, integrity, innovative, and service-oriented, also known as CRIIS. All staff are expected to uphold the CRIIS values, and it is essential that all staff use these values as guide for individual actions, as this will instill the confidence of our customers, shareholders, and the public.
In Bank Islam, the board has the overall responsibility to promote the sustainable growth and financial soundness of Bank Islam and give direction to the management of the business and operation Bank Islam.
So in this question, we can conclude that good corporate governance standards are important to all banking sectors, but they are especially important to Islamic banking framework.
Question 2A.
So banking libraries will set separate guidelines on corporate governance for licensed institution, right? But I know if you like to be free. Yeah. Okay, sure. So based on my notes that I've read before, the first one is it should be headed by an effective board, which assumes specific responsibilities. Second, it should be a formal and transparent process for the appointment of directors to the board and the appointment of the CEO. So the third one is it should be a formal and transparent procedure for fixing the remuneration package of board members, CEO, and the senior management.
Wow, I see you are very prepared.
Thank you. Can you state the rest of it to share with us? There's 14 of them. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct. So the fourth is there should be robust auditing requirements, and the auditor board and management need to maintain professional and objective relationship. Next, should be an effective board composition with a strong independent element. And directors must be person of caliber, credibility and integrity with necessary skills and experience, and be able to devote time and commitment.
Next, formal and an ongoing assessment of the effectiveness of the board as a whole, the directors and the CEO. Persons empowered with the decision-making authority should exercise care to avoid situations that may give rise to conflict of interest situation. Licensed institutions should engage in regular, effective and fair communication with shareholders or stakeholders. Board is collectively responsible and accountable for the veracity of disclosure and management of risk.
Should be a clear division of responsibilities at the helm of institutions. Next, board should meet regularly and be duly furnished with complete and timely information. There should be clear separation between shareholders and management so as not to impede sound corporate governance. And lastly, conducting corporate governance in a transparent manner can reinforce sound corporate governance.
I see. So we can conclude this question by saying the reason why BNM set this guideline is to encourage licensed institutions or financial holding companies to implement effective and high standard of corporate governance norm. Question B. Okay, moving on to the next point. The Islamic Financial Services Board, or known as IFSB, is an Islamic standard setting group of regulatory and supervisory agency with a responsibility in the soundness and stability of the Islamic financial services market, which is generally defined to cover banking, capital market and insurance. Can you share us a bit about the background of IFSB?
It is based in Kuala Lumpur, established on 3 November 2002 and began its operation on 10 March 2003. The IFSB works to support the development of a sensible and transparent Islamic financial services industry by establishing new or adopting current international standards that are Sharia compliant.
What are the functions of IFSB?
The formation of IFSB in Kuala Lumpur is to develop global prudential regulatory standards in compliance with the unique features and risks of Islamic financial institutions, will help to ensure the Islamic financial system's soundness and stability. The IFSB has drawn widespread participation since its establishment in 2002.
As the host country of IFSB, Malaysia has enacted the Islamic Financial Services Board Act 2002, which grants the IFSB the rights and privileges normally provided to international bodies and diplomats.
So we can conclude that without IFSB, the industry of IFI might be too hard to handle, as there might be difference in perspectives of solution to a problem. For example, like some bank might impose legal charges to the customers if standards and regulation of IFSB were not enacted. So there will be more victims of fraud and scams in the community, and automatically break the trust of the community to the IFI. The good image of IFI industry will also be tainted.
Question C.
Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institution, or known as IFI, is a non-profit organization. It is based in Bahrain and was founded to preserve and promote Sharia standards for Islamic financial institutions. So, can you tell us more about the organization's objective?
The objective of IOFI is to develop accounting, auditing, governance, and ethical thought relating to the activities of Islamic financial institutions, taking into consideration the international standards and practices which comply with the Sharia rules.
The initial mission of IOFI was to establish financial accounting standards for the industry in order to promote consistency and uniformity in IFI disclosure reporting so that stakeholders could make informed economic decisions. IOFI's mandate was eventually expanded to include standards for auditing, governance, ethics, and Sharia compliance in an effort to bring greater consistency to the industry practices.
How about the adoption of the accounting standard for Islamic bank and takaful operators?
IOFI has in fact attempted to develop the so-called Islamic accounting standards in trying to resolve the difference between IFI's products and conventional banking products. So for 60 IOFI accounting, auditing, governance and Sharia standards have been produced. However, the application of IOFI standards is not mandatory. In Malaysia, IOFI accounting standard usage is restricted only as guidelines and complementary because Malaysia has its own Sharia advisory council in each as well as in the bank negara.
However, there are a few mazhab that contribute to the differences in the theoretical concept underlying its development. This is another reason why IOFI is not adopted in Malaysia. It was reported that the SSC in Malaysia is very liberal under the principle of Maqasid Syariah, thereby allowing many conventional bank products to be offered by IFIs.
There are many differences between the Sharia in Bahrain and Malaysia due to the different mazhab observed by the countries. IOFI accounting standard practices Maliki mazhabs. So, many products in Malaysia are not within the discussion of IOFI that makes IFIs have to refer to IFRS. The extent of disclosure by the IFIs are much lower than the IOFI requirements, explaining the unwillingness of IFIs to disclose as much as per requirement of IOFI.
So in conclusion, we can see that there are many unique restrictions and requirements in IFI. In order to be considered acceptable, transaction must adhere to the principle under Sharia. IFI set compliance standards for institutions that wish to gain access to the Islamic banking market. Since many countries around the world has accepted IFRS globally, it is difficult for IFI to penetrate into the IFI market, which is dominated by the Western industry. Another challenging factor in applying the IFI standard is the difference in Islamic schools of thought under the understanding of Islamic principle. Okay, that wraps up our interview for today. Thank you for all the knowledge that has been given by our interviewees, which are Ms. SYAFIQAH, Ms. AUJI and Ms. SUFIA. Alhamdulillah, we got to learn a lot today, and thank you for the viewers for all the attentions you have given to us throughout the video. See you next time. Bye. Assalamualaikum.